What's up YouTube, Winterkloudz here. In today's video we'll be going over some of the bloodlines that are really underrated in my opinion. Now keep in mind, like I said, this is just my opinion, so if you guys believe that there are some bloodlines that deserve some more attention that I didn't mention in this video, let me know in the comments. But with that said, let's get right into it. Alright guys, first up we got Sand, and some of you might be surprised by this because some people consider this to actually be a trash Kekkei Genkai or bloodline. I personally think it has some potential. It's definitely not the strongest one on this list, but because it's a mode, you guys can stack it with other bloodlines, like such as Itachi, just an example. But I personally think this has some pretty good combo potential, has some decent damage. I think it deserves some usage. Now, in my opinion, any bloodline can be good in this game, even the worst ones you can do good with if you know what you're doing. I definitely don't think this is one of the worst Kekkei Genkais. I think it deserves some more attention, and let me show you guys why. So if you guys go into the mode, you guys will see the stat boost is not the greatest, although the ninjutsu boost is pretty good, I won't lie. Taijutsu boost is bad, and one thing to note is that this has no speed boost whatsoever. So some other things to note: it has combat enhancement. It gives like the sand spirit combat type thing. This also enhances your defense. I'm pretty sure this actually takes more hits than a normal block, which is pretty good. And if you press Q, you have the sand hand, which does decent knockback if I'm correct on that. So let's get into the first move, which is just a sand wave. It does pretty decent damage, to be honest. 19k per tick, and it did 4 ticks, so you know that's close to 50-60k damage. Not bad, not bad. But the main star of the show here on this Kekkei Genkai is the second move, in my opinion, which is Sand Coffin. And the reason it's good is because you can't really tell in the log, but you see he's in a sand coffin. If this were on a person, he would be up in the air in that sand coffin, unable to move. And at that point, you can literally hit him with it, whatever you want. Rasen Shuriken, Amaterasu, you know, if you got wood style. I think that paired really well with this. Tailed Beast Bomb, you know, whatever. I think this is some pretty good potential due to that fact. A lot of people overlook it, to be honest. And a lot of people really don't think that this could be, you know, dangerous. But if you can catch someone with this, you know, you can easily kill them if you got the combo for it. You know, if you pair this up with something good enough, obviously. Now for the third move, it's kind of trash. I mean, I don't really know what you would use this for. I would say mobility, but the mobility is not even fast either. So really with this one, first and second move, that's going to be your main go-tos, because the first move does decent damage, has nice range, and then the second move also decent damage, nice range, and you guys can see it hits multiple targets. So it's not just one. You know, if you're doing like a 2v2 situation, you can hit both of them. No Z move, Z spec I mean. But let's get right into the next one. I'll show you guys a clip of me 1v1ing a friend of mine using the sand thing real quick, and then we'll get right to the next one. Alright guys, so the next one on the list is Wanziyame, or Hoshigaki, because they had to change the name. Now this one honestly is really good. This is a really good bloodline and literally nobody plays it, which surprises me because of how good it is. It's good for a lot of reasons. It has good damage, good range, and really good combo potential, and I'll show you guys that right now. So if you guys go into mode, you guys can see kind of like turn into like a shark kind of thing, like Kisame. There is actually a slight speed boost with this, unlike the last one. Now the stat bonus you get from this is not very good, but honestly this bloodline is so good it doesn't even really matter. So let's get into the first one, which I'm gonna get a little bit far range so you guys can see. So you turn yourself into a shark and propel yourself towards an enemy. Has a good area of effect, very long range, like very long range, and it does good damage. 19.5k I think per tick, and it hits twice, so that's almost 40k damage on that one. Doesn't take much chakra at all. Really good damage. I think that's honestly a really good move. Every single move on this bloodline is really good, by the way. The second move, however, is insane. So in this vortex, if you catch them in here, they will move really slow. Like it reduces their speed by quite a lot. You stay the same speed, you can hit them while they're inside of it, you can do jutsus and everything. That's a really good combo starter. And if you have the sword snakeskin, it pairs really well with it. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So you guys use the vortex jutsu, and then when you have snakeskin, you press Q, and it's like a double effect. Now the snakeskin is basically the same effect if they're inside this red aura, which has an even longer range, by the way. It also slows them down significantly and deals, I think, 1200 per tick for a matter of like 8 seconds. It's really good. There's many other ways you can combo into it, but that's just one of the ways I just thought of. So the third jutsu is Shark Bomb Jutsu. It does a lot of damage as well, and as you guys can see, my bloodline is not even maxed, so you would be doing more damage. Keep that in mind. It did 30k per tick, so you're gonna at minimum always do around 60 or more k, because mine's not even all the way up maxed yet. But it has a large area of effect as well. That's the thing with every single one of these moves. Large AoE effect. So this is really good for both 1v1s and maybe a possible 2v2 situation. Now let's get into arguably the best move of this bloodline, and it's Z-Spec. You summon a large pool of water, and the reason this is so good is because they can't see you, for one, and for two, even if they did see you, like if you're charging chakra, you have invincibility frames through this. They don't. You can see them, they can't see you. This is a perfect combo starter. You can lead that directly into the second move, into any combo you want. You can use that purely to start combos or to heal up, gain chakra, whatever you need. It's so versatile, which is why this bloodline, is really good. The many ways you can use it. It's high damage dealing, very versatile. Honestly, it's really slept on. I mean, you can smack some fools with this. I really recommend you guys try this out if you guys get it. Alright, let's get into the last one on this list. Right after you guys see some gameplay of this. Alright guys, the final one on this list is Paper Style Bloodline. A lot of people may disagree with this choice on the list due to the fact that it's definitely more represented than the other ones, but I still believe it's underrepresented because this is honestly such a good bloodline. It deserves way more attention than it gets. Let's get into the first move right now. As you can see, it's Paper Doves, does 8.5k per tick. Now if you're in a mode, it does I think almost double that, and it shoots about 7 or 8, so that's actually pretty decent damage. Very long range, like I could be like over there and still hit. They track too, so it's very good for the first move. Second move, probably my favorite one. of the paper style, even though it's a really simple jutsu, it has lots of different uses. So when you first press it, it takes no chakra, but it summons 5, and every time you press it again, it shoots 1, takes a little bit of chakra. Very little bit of chakra needed to use this. Now the reason I like this is because you see, they just stick around you forever. You can use this at any point in a duel. I personally like having them started up at the duel, so before I start up the duel, I just quickly cast it. And you can use this as like a combo extender, chip damage. If you guys are like playing keep away, you just use it. And this thing has extremely high damage. Like, I've been in 1v1s with this and I was like really far away from him and still hit it. It honestly surprised me. But yeah, I mean, this isn't really like a high damage dealing thing. It deals 13k right here, but when you're in the mode, it deals almost 19k. But it's just, you know, nice chip damage here and there. It all adds up. So, I mean, in a fight, I really like it. Third move, really good move. Anyone that's within the range of this paper will take the explosion damage. As you guys can see, it hits twice. Now, when I'm in no mode, it does 30k twice, so 60k damage minimum without a mode. And when you're in a mode, it does, I think, 40k. So, speaking of modes, let's go into the mode. As you guys can see, it's kind of like Conan from the anime. You get the wings, and you can actually fly with this. So it's not just for show. It does take stamina, so you're not going to be able to stay in the air forever. And the mobility is not that great, so I don't really recommend using it. But this does increase your damage. You guys can see basic stat boost, just average. So let's look at the first move again. You guys can see now it's doing 12,000 instead of 8,000 per tick. So you're dealing about 40k off of that one move. Like the Shuriken Jutsu, almost 19k. So look at the third move. 43k, and it hits twice, like I said. That's almost 90k damage just off of that one. That's insane. So like I said, guys, this Bloodline deals a lot of damage. Let's go into the Z-Spec move, which is this. Also very high range. Good spread. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. It hit all 3 of these, even though I was only aiming at the middle. Has a really long cooldown though. I really think the third move is kind of better than the Z-Spec due to the third move has like not that long of a cooldown, but it's also not that short either. But yeah, this is honestly, in my opinion, the best Bloodline on the list. I think it deserves a lot more attention than it gets. So with that said, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll put up a clip of me using this in a 1v1 or a PvP situation. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.